Hello, guys, can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can hear me? How are you doing?
Good. Good.
Doing good? I don't know, for some reason I can barely hear you. Let me see if I have like full. All right, so do you guys have any questions? Because, really I have like 4 people here. So JH, and then let's see here.
Degna.
Indigna. Okay, Indigna. Thank you for correcting. Tyler, Owen,
Yeah.
how you guys doing? Do you guys need any help, anything, any explanation?
And
I
then
actually have a question. Oh, go
Uh-huh.
ahead.
yeah, I have a question about like the homework. Is it due on Monday, right?
Yes.
Okay. And
My
then I don't have any
go ahead.
question. And then we have a few times attempts, right?
Which one?
I mean, we have a few times attempts to this
I
homework,
can
right?
barely hear you. I don't know what.
Yeah, we have a couple of attempts for the homework.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. You have at least 2 attempts to complete it. You can after your first attempt, if you didn't get 100%, you can review the solution. I have step-by-step solution. So review the feedback, and you can redo the problems, and then everything is going to be like same questions but different numbers, so you can practice.
Okay, okay.
I also have a question about the homework. So there's the one that's due on Monday that I see that's on Canvas, but is there like homework that we're supposed to be doing on a third-party site by chance?
No,
Because okay,
no. In my introduction video, because I didn't change the video, so I put the note on that, and there is no. I used to have third-party software, third-party homework management system, but I develop all the homework myself, so I'm not using anymore because it just cost additional money to my student, which I don't like. And besides, their questions are very weird. So when
yeah,
I'm giving my own questions, they are similar to the one I do in the class or in the practice problems.
okay, all right. So then the only homework that we're doing is the stuff that we see on Canvas.
Yes, that's right. So
Okay.
so let me share the screen, and we can go to Canvas. And I think I had questions from someone. They get hard time finding the assignments. Well,
That was me.
oh, that was you.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
figured I'd ask it in person.
Okay. So, and then I email you, I guess, right? When you
Yeah.
log into Canvas, the first thing you're gonna see on the right is here in the panel. You see upcoming assignments here.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, so this is the first place, immediately you can see what is going on. And actually, I would like you to check sometimes the syllabus too. Syllabus also gives the certain date so that you know exactly during that date what could be the graded assignment. But if you go to modules, right? And
Yeah.
then you check here in modules 2. Right now we are in modules 2, and you click on the resources and activities and tells you every single thing. So here you have everything. This course is based on modules, and I put all the Zoom recording, all the assignments. So here we had DQ, and then we have homework assignment 1.
Got it.
So every single modules, if you don't see anything over here, for at least for grading, you don't have to do. So it's
Okay.
like this.
Gotcha. And then okay, yeah, and all right, yeah, and then I know how to work the rest of Canvas. But okay, I was just confused on that. Just wanted to make sure that I wasn't like missing a bunch of homework assignments because I didn't catch like what name of the website we were supposed to be using. But yeah, thank you.
No. We don't use any website. I mean, in the intro, in modules 1, I had said we are using ACP, but I didn't change that video. I just put a note on that. on
Okay.
the link. So no, we are not using any homework management software. I have all the assignments I did myself. I have all the solution, I have all the feedback. So you guys get 2 opportunities to complete the assignment. And please start doing early, because don't wait until Monday. I gave enough time for these modules because this is the most important one for the whole course. Okay, so any other questions?
Do we have to have a membership with Cengage, or do we need that for anything in this class?
No, for this course you need nothing. Everything is here.
Okay.
All right, thank you. That's a good question. Anything else? Then I can do, if you have any confusion, anything you want me to solve, a couple of problems, I'm happy to do that. I'm going to open an Excel file, or if you want me to go over the things I share with you last time, all the problems we did that day. So let's see, let's go back and see modules 2, and we go here. And once we go over here, we have Zoom here, right? And did you get a chance to go over these questions? So let me share with you. New share. All right, did you have a chance to go over all of these problems?
Me, I didn't go over all of them yet.
Okay, because this is where you're gonna be doing, because if you do all these problems, they are similar to the homework problems, so it's gonna be a lot more helpful. And I have shown every single thing, like like what to do in Excel, how you solve these problems. So please go ahead and review all of these, and these are most of them there on the video too. So if you go to the Zoom video we had last time, you can see that. But I'm doing a couple of them even today, just to give you an overview. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to start with this question. Let's see here. So if you buy a stock in one price and then you hold for a certain time, and then you are selling for higher price, and you want to know not the rate of return, not holding period rate of return, but it's what is the annual rate of return you made on the stock. For example, you invested $15 in Apple stock 20 years ago, and then now it's trading for $310, for example. And what is your annual rate of return? In finance, we don't talk about the holding period rate of return. It's basically anytime you hear something about the rate of return, we are talking about the rate of return for your holding period, okay? For your annual rate of return for your holding period. So the easiest way to solve this problem is to use these 5 keys. So you summarize your N, your rate of return, you're going to be solving for that, and the present value, this one doesn't give any dividend constantly, so we put 0, and the future value you solve for PMT. But also you can use the formula, so which is basically ending value you divide by the beginning value, you raise to 1 over t and do -1. That's going to give the same thing. So make sure I think this is one of the homework problem. Some questions are very, very easy.
Yeah.
But still, learning to summarize is going to be very helpful. All right, let me start in Excel here. Excel file, and then I'm going to give you an overview, okay? So we have 4 types of cash flows. We basically deal in finance, mostly. The broad categories here, the 4 types of cash flows. So let me share this file with you, and then I can explain, okay? All right, in time value of money, I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. In time value of money, types of cash flows, we phase in time of money. Okay, types of cash flows. Let's say in time value of money. That's a better topic. So basically, I explained in the previous sessions, like we're gonna have four types of cash flows. So perpetuity, we're gonna have lump sum, and we're gonna have annuity, annuity, and finally we're gonna have uneven cash flows. Okay, these are the four types of cash flows you normally see in finance. Okay, so the first one, this one is so tools to solve. And this one meaning. Okay, all right. So what is perpetuity? It's a perpetual cash flow. That means the cash flows are for a long of times, maybe 150 plus years. Okay, so when you have cash flows, they are for long time period, continuously, we call them perpetual. Perpetual means never ending. Okay, they're going to be there for a long time. So if you have perpetual cash flow, what tool you're going to be using? In perpetual, we're going to have two types of cash flows. One is perpetual with no growth. Other one is perpetual with growth. In both of these cases, you can use five keys in Excel or financial calculator. Okay, financial calculator. If you have a lump sum cash flow, which means cash flow either at the beginning or at the end. Okay, it has limited time. It's not going to be like for 500 years. Okay, so this is a lump sum cash flow, and you're going to have those cash flows only for certain time. Okay, actually, I'm going to be using, maybe let's see what happens. Word. Maybe it's better in the Word. So the third type of cash flows, limited time. Okay, so the cash flows are for certain fixed time period, and the cash flow could be in the beginning or at the end. They're not going to be forever. So the cash flow, the same cash flow, I should say here, same amount of cash flow at the beginning or end of each time period. AMOUNT, you know, so the last one, so When you have this situation, again, you're going to be using 5 keys. When you have this third type of cash flow, again, you're going to be using 5 keys. I'm saying 5 keys, and I'm just copying the formula. It's saying 6, 7. So it's the 5 keys, right? So when you encounter these 3 types of cash flows, always summarize in terms of 5 keys. And this one, finally, so the cash flows are the different amount of cash flows flow at the beginning or end of each time period, limited time. Here we use cash flow worksheet. All right, any question? So we have 4 different types of cash flows, and we can use these 5 keys to solve all these 3 types of problems except the last one. And either you are talking about time value of money, you are talking about bond valuation, you are talking about stock valuation. No matter what you are talking about, still you're going to be facing these cash flows in finance. Okay, so examples. If, okay, Mr. Smith invests $5,000 and receive $18,000. $18,000 in 20 years from now. What is his rate of return? On the investment. Okay, so is this question clear to you? Guys, let's talk about this one. So this is an example I'm putting for you. Okay, so can anybody tell me what kind of cash flow is this one? Can you understand this example? Tyler?
1 second. Is that a 5,000 a day receipt? That an annuity or a lump sum? No, that's a lump sum. Sorry, lump sum.
Lump sum. Okay, that's good. This is lump sum. Okay, so how can we solve this problem? Do you have any thought?
I would think we use the formula. I forget the name of it. Can you go back to the slides?
Well, I'm gonna go right here. You said lump sum, right?
Yeah.
So here the rule. If you have lump sum, what do you do?
Okay, we can just use the Excel tools.
Yes, so we're gonna use either Excel or financial calculator, and we're gonna be using the 5 keys. Okay, that means I'm gonna summarize this question in terms of 5 keys. Do you know what are those 5 keys? N?
I do not.
Okay, this is N or NPER, and then I by Y, which is the rate, the present value, which we call PV in short, PMT, That's a payments and future value. These are the 5 keys we're going to be using.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think I remember some of this stuff from managerial accounting.
Okay. All right. So these are the stuff we're going to be using to solve this problem. Now, I'm going to say T, which is a year. Year is T. And how many years we have over here in this investment?
20 years.
20 years. The second information we have is compounding, right? What is the rate of return on this investment? It doesn't tell anything. So that means it's annual compounding.
Okay, so when it doesn't say anything, we just assume that it's annual
Yes.
compounding? Okay.
So compounding, I'm going to call note M, that equals to, it's 1, okay? Annual compounding is 1. Monthly compounding is 12. So and so forth. So
If you were to
if you
do
are
daily,
solving
would you
this
write
problem,
356 or 365?
so whenever the payment, this is a lump sum problem. This is always good to do, okay? NPER is number of period, which means the year times the compounding. In this case, we have 20, right? We have 20. Now, the rate. What rate over here? Do you see any rate over here?
No, so we do the compounding annually.
Well, so if you don't see the rate, this is what you are solving, right? You are solving, this is the question mark. Did you see?
Oh, okay.
So the question mark. And what is the present value?
5,000.
Present value is the money right now you have, right? Or this person has. So this is $5,000. But remember, all outflows are negative in accounting, right? And we use the same concept here too. So this is the present value. So I'm going to put, this is, he's going to invest. So I'm going to put a negative number. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the payment? The payment is annuity. Do you see any kind of annuity over here? Annuity is actually is a PMT. Payments.
I don't think so.
So if you don't see any payment, we're going to put 0. What is
Okay.
the value in the future time?
18,000.
18,000. Future value, normally when you invest, you're going to receive the money, okay? So
Is that 18,000? Is that 18,000 plus the 5,000, or just you're going to
No,
receive 18,000 back total?
18,000. So 5,000 is the one you're going to invest. The person is going to invest, right?
Mhm.
And 18,000 is the money that's going to grow to 18,000. So $5,000 will grow to $18,000. So if you put
Got it.
$5,000 and you're going to receive $18,000, but what rate of return you made on this investment? That's the question.
Okay.
This is, I'm calling summarizing a problem. This is, I call okay, when you are working for a bank or an investment company or somewhere, if you are helping clients or if you are financial advisor, your job is going to be a lot of time you're going to spend understanding the problem for the individual. Okay. So what is going to be your job? Trying to understand a problem, which means you summarize. Okay. Once you summarize, your solution is not going to be a difficult part. Okay. So here, let me write down the solution. So what are we trying to do here? We are trying to solve a rate, right? What rate of return you made on this investment? So how do you solve this problem? This is the easiest part, okay? Summarizing a problem is, this is the most difficult part. And here is the solution. You can use equal keyword rate, or you can click on this function, and you're gonna find the financial calculator if you are using first time, and look for rate. Just press R, and then you see we got the rate, and it's gonna put the dialog box, and you just select the numbers like NPER. It tells exactly what it means. PMT, PV, future value. Okay, and the type, you don't have to worry, this is a lump sum problem. Okay, you got your solution, and you want to expand to 2 decimal at least. Okay, so one way to find out is you use the function keyword and then provide the information. The other way you can do is, actually this is my best way. Okay, equal, and I'm gonna put PV, which, rate. It doesn't matter you put lowercase or uppercase, and you start parenthesis. This is what the magic we can see. When you put a keyword, equal keyword, and the parenthesis, exactly you can see how you can solve this problem. Now, so can you tell me what can I do now?
I'm a little confused.
Okay. You see NPER, where do we have NPER? It's right here, right?
Right above the 20 for the time, yeah. Sorry.
You click it. And what does the formula says over here? After NPER?
You do the PMT?
No, you have to put comma before that.
Oh,
okay?
comma, then PMT, sorry, yeah.
Yes, then PMT. And what the?
And then comma, and then PV.
PV. And then?
Then comma, and then do the absolute value of FV, or is that just FV?
No, whatever you have over there. You
Okay.
don't change any absolute value. Just the,
okay, I just saw the brackets. I wasn't sure if that was what that.
Oh no, the bracket is like, Excel, you could put either minus or, okay, I'll change that. And the future value.
Okay.
Future value, and you close the parenthesis. Okay?
Okay.
You don't provide any information for type, because this is not the NOD problem. This is not the PMT, because we put PMT equals to 0. You enter, here you go. You got your solution. This is your answer. This is your answer on this problem.
Okay.
Guys,
Hey, can you show me the formula again?
Okay, I'll show you the formula over here. Equal formula text. All right, this is the formula I use. So what we call is, this is the cell referencing. Okay, you are actually preparing a model in Excel. You are preparing a model in Excel. So basically, if you click over here, you can see the formula, the same formula I put over here. So you don't click on the NPER, actually you click on the value. Is this difficult? Calculating the rate. If you look the formula in the notes, it's very difficult, complicated one. It's very difficult to solve this problem. What rate of return you made on this investment? This is the rate of return you made on this investment. Is this clear? So no matter what you are asked, no matter what the problem asks you, if you can summarize, it's going to be a lot easier for you to solve the problem. So this is our first example. Do you have any question?
No.
Okay, then let me copy the same.
Hey, Professor, how can I identify the compounding?
Okay.
How to identify the compounding?
That's a good question. Okay, I copy the same problem, but I'm going to make some changes on this one. Okay.
Yes.
If the investment percentage, or let's just, what is the, I can just add here. What is the rate of return? Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna put down this one, and then I'm gonna merge, and I'm gonna be let me put smaller row height so I can see easily. All right. So that's a good question. All right.
Yes, how to identify like the compounding.
Okay. What is the rate of return on the investment compounding quarterly? Okay. Or monthly if the return compounding monthly. What is the rate of return on the investment? Did you see the difference on this question? I'm asking exactly same question. And look at this one. This time, what is the compounding? So the answer to your question, you're gonna read through on the problem. Did you see information about compounding over here now?
Yes, is it 12?
Yeah, this is 12.
Because the month is the 12, right?
Yeah, for a month, you're gonna be using 12.
If like the week, we use 52, right?
Yes, if it's 52, we're gonna
It's
use,
a week, right?
yeah, weekly 52, yes.
And then the quarter, we use 4, right?
Yeah, quarter, we're gonna use 4.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so,
Is it,
but
okay,
in our case, we're gonna be using 12 now because I put monthly, right?
yes.
Okay, here is the key, guys. This is the number of period on this investment. Still we have 20 years, right?
Yes.
Still we have 20 years. This is 240 periods. So this rate of return is actually your monthly rate of return. Okay, your rate of return is actually a monthly rate of return. So you have to answer your question using the annual rate of return. So how can you convert? This is the monthly rate of return this time. This is the monthly rate of return. You're gonna be multiplying this one by compounding to get the answer. Does that make sense? All right. So this one is compounding. That is your answer. So what is the compounding? This times
12.
12. So you can format percentage. You can like this. This is 6.42% rate of return annually. Okay. So if you look my notes, this one, let me put this one, the rate, and then the PMT, they must match. Okay, since this PMT is 0, we can do anything to convert this one. So I did adjust the number of period, and I got the rate per period. This is the rate per period. If you see the definition over here, when you click on this one, it says, so here, you click over here, because we are solving the rate, right? So it doesn't show that. So this is the rate per period. So answer always has to be analyzed. Okay, let me put that note. The final answer must be by analyzed by multiplying analyze ANNEAL by multiplying by M, compounding. Is that clear? So your answer, this is the answer you found. So, you know, reading this one carefully is very important. Any question?
It means we find the answer and then we need to times the compounding, right?
Exactly.
And get the final answer. It means every time we got the answer,
Mhm.
and then we need to times that compounding, right? After that.
Yeah, for lump sum problem, for lump sum problem.
Oh, just lump sum problem.
I mean, you know, I'll do one problem, NOD problem. You'll see, you know, in NOD, what happens is this PMT is going to be, based on this PMT, you're going to be, these things, they have to be in the frequency of PMT. If this PMT is annual, you cannot multiply the NPER by, I mean, T by 12. So if you have lump sum problem, or in other words, so let's just say if you have lump sum problem, always make sure that you multiply your rate per period by the compounding to get to your answer.
Oh, just lump sum problem, I need to calculate it. I need to multiply by the compounding, right?
Yes.
And how about another one, like the NUT or
This one?
No, I mean,
Okay.
can you go back to the previous pages, like the summary about like the different cash flow?
Okay, no problem. Right here.
And then how about a perpetual? Do we need to calculate it?
Well, in perpetual, probably, you know, you will not see a lot of this type of calculation, the rate calculation, usually just the present value. So let's stick with these two for rate and time calculation. So let me do one more problem, okay?
Okay.
And then we can discuss again. So here, I'm gonna copy the same thing and I'm gonna go over here and paste. And I'm gonna call number 3. Okay, so today. So Mr. Smith invests $5,000 today. How long does it take to triple if the rate of on the is 7%, let's say quarterly? Okay. All right. Let's summarize this problem. So what kind of problem is this, first of all? So my first question, what kind of problem is this? Okay.
Is it still a lump sum?
Why?
Because you invest 5,000 today.
Yeah, that's the only cash flow, right? There is
Yeah.
no cash flow other than the first one. This is the example of still the lump sum problem. Then we're going to use 5 keys, okay? I'm going to get this information. We're going to use 5 keys. Guys, this is how easy it is, you know, if you know what you are doing. So this is an example of lump sum cash flow. And I'm going to start with this T. Do you know how long you're going to be, so how long does it take? That means you don't know T, right? Do you know the time here?
Yeah,
The
we don't know.
time, we don't know. It's 0.
Well, question mark, guys. If you don't know
Okay.
something, the question mark is always here. How long does it take to triple? That means that's the question mark. What is your compounding here?
12. A quarter is quarterly 4.
4. All right.
Yes. Yeah.
So here, let me put the rate. I'm going to put actually R, okay? Let me put R. R stands for rate. Let me put rate R. Okay? So rate equals to, what is the rate of return here on this investment?
7%.
7%. I could summarize that up here too. Okay. So the rate of return in this investment is 7%, compounding 4, right? Okay. Now, this one we don't know.
Wait, if it's quarterly, wouldn't it be compounding 3?
No, quarter means 3 months in a quarter. So
Yeah, so wouldn't it be every 3 months it compounds?
So yes, so how many times in the year is going to compound? How many quarters?
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's a number of period, okay? It's a number of period. So
Okay, sorry, I thought it was 3 months.
Okay, no problem. All right, the PMT, I'm going to remove this one. Here, let me copy this one. I just want to make it fresh one, okay? Looks fresh. All right. So now this is the one we are solving for. Now let's start from rate. This is the rate per period. So if 7% per year, what is the rate per quarter? What is the rate per quarter?
4 times 7%.
No, 7 divided by 4.
Or 7 divided by 4. Or
1.7
1 over y, right? Because that formula.
Yeah, we can do that, but you know, this is easier to understand. It's a rate divided by 4 quarter. That's going to give you a rate per period, per quarter. Here in this case, we are talking about rate per period. This is your present value. Oh, by the way, let me change this format. Okay, I can put format number negative. Oh, this one is number. I can put like this one. Okay, so that parenthesis, so you don't have to worry, right? All right. So the PMT, do you see any PMT in this question?
No.
No, I'm going to put 0. What is the future value?
0.
Okay, read the question. What is the future value?
0.
Read
5.
again.
Triple, so 15,000?
5,000.
Oh, this means 3 times 5,000. Is it the future value, right?
Exactly. So that is equals to 3 times 5,000, right?
Yes.
That's the 15,000. So we have all this information. Can we solve this NPER now?
Just use the MPER formula, right?
Okay, you type equal and NPER
NPER, yeah.
and parenthesis. Now it tells you everything. So what I'm going to do first,
Rate
rate, and then
and payment,
the PMT,
yes, and then person value,
present value.
yes, and then the future value.
Future value, close it.
Type is 0, right? How it
Yes,
means the beginning is the 1,
No,
ending
no,
is a
no.
0, right?
This is not the thing. Later on time, I'm going to introduce type. You're going to be using only on this the third type of cash flow. Okay, only on the third type of cash flow. Worry about the time. This is the type actually is used to find the annuity. Okay, what happened over here?
Oh, the type used to find the annuity, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Let me. Okay. So let me see if I did correct. Okay. So rate, because I was putting the thing. Okay. NPER. I'm going to put the rate per period, PMT, present value, future value.
Yeah, and no type in this time, right? Because this is not an annuity, right?
Yeah, this is not annuity, this is lump sum. So type I ignore. That is actually, you can put type equals to 0, but just don't put the information you don't need, right?
Okay, okay.
So here you go. What did you get over here? What did you get over here?
Interest return.
No. You got your time, right? Number of periods. How many periods we have?
We have
63.33 quarter.
Oh, 3 or times 4, right? Times compounding, right?
Yes. So this one is actually, this is the quarter, right? This is the 63.33 quarter. Your answer is always in the year. Answer is not going to be in quarter. So how do you find out the year?
Times by 4?
No, divide by 4. Quarter, M.
Oh, gotcha.
So this is the thing you have to really be careful, right? So this is like when you are solving, because here this is the quarter rate. So if quarter rate, then this is also quarter. So you have to find out the year. Answer is not going to be in the quarter. Answer is not going to be in the rate, quarterly rate. Your answer is going to be always annual rate, T. T is year, not NPER. Answer has to be this T. Okay. So that means this you divide by quarter, you receive. So it's going to take 15 point. So you can reduce the decimal by just clicking here. It's a 15.83 years. This is how long it's going to take. This is the solution for this one. Okay.
This means we need to look back, right?
Yes, we have to. So 63.33 quarter, it is equivalent to 15.83 years.
Okay, so the 63.33 is how many quarters it would take for the 5,000 to triple.
Exactly. But the question is not asking you quarter, it's asking you how long is year.
How many years? Got it. Okay. Cool.
Same thing over here. It's asking you what is the rate of return. Always remember, if you hear something rate of return, nobody's asking you for month, nobody's asking for quarter. It has to be annual. That's the reason when you see your answer, you'll not find the monthly rate. Answer is always annual rate of return, not the quarterly rate of return. That's the reason you have to make an adjustment when you calculate these problems. Okay.
Yes. Can we practice more?
Job.
Like, do we have another example? Like.
All right. You guys are doing wonderful job. I'm going to ask you one more question. Okay.
Yeah. Is it the homework like this?
Yeah, the homework is like this.
Okay.
I mean, mostly, I share you I'll show you later. You know, you remember the PDF file I opened earlier. So all the examples I did, actually I went through all those problems in my last class. So the homeworks are more like that, but just like this, you know, this I'm doing a small problem right here. So
Okay.
here I'm doing one more problem, okay? I'm gonna ask you.
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. I'm gonna use the same person.
Yeah.
Smith, invest $5,000 at the end of year 1. $5,000 at the end of each year for the next 6 years. Okay, are you following up?
Yes.
So he's investing $5,000 at the end of each year for the next 6 years.
Annuity, right? This one.
Yeah, let's see. If the return, if the rate is compounding annually, what is the present value of the investment, or what is the future value? I ask you 2 questions, okay? So
Yes.
when you see a problem, what are you going to be doing first?
Identify the key.
Identify not the key first.
The territory of the cash flow, right?
Yes. So the types of the cash flows, right? So what type of cash flow is this one?
Annuity.
Okay. So if it's an annuity, what kind of keys you're going to be using to solve the problem? So you said annuity, right?
Yes.
Summarize. So ITIFY types of cash flows, and you did that. What is that? This one?
Annuity.
Annuity.
Yes.
So you did annuity. In annuity, we have 2 types. Okay. Type 1 is like in the beginning. Type 2 is at the end.
Yes.
Okay. So let's summarize this one. So we're gonna be, so let's find out. This is the annuity problem. So you're gonna be using 5 keys. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm doing over here is I'm gonna start with T. T equals. So how many years we have?
We have 6.
6. I'm gonna do. Let me put this one. I'm gonna put like this, and then this one is I'm gonna put so that it looks nicer. All right, T. I'm gonna paste right here. I'm gonna paste right here. All right. Now next one, I'm gonna do rate.
Yes.
Okay. What is the rate on this problem?
Question mark.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me. Sorry.
You don't see any like rate.
If the rate of return is, I forgot to put that. Okay.
Yep.
13% compounding annually. So what is the rate?
Just put 30%.
13%.
Yes. Oh, 13.
13, 1, 3.
15, Professor.
Sorry.
Yeah.
This is 13. Okay. Here is 13.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to be putting over here is compounding. What is the compounding?
1.
1. All right. You are good to go. So this is the annuity problem. We're gonna be, okay, finally, what is the type?
Type is 1. Oh, this is asking the ending. Ending is, I don't really know, like 1 is the beginning or 0 is the ending.
So
I don't really
whenever
know.
you have problem like annuity problem, always do like this. Now, let me tell you, this is if you are investing at the end of the time period, it's gonna be 0.
Oh, okay.
If it's at the beginning, it's gonna be 1.
Oh, okay. I get it.
In this
Thank
case,
you.
it's a 0.
Okay.
Now, let's go with the 5 keys. N.
NPER.
So yeah, we can do NPER.
Yeah.
NPER.
NPER.
Rate. PV.
PV, PMT,
PMT.
and
Future
PV.
value.
FV, yeah, FV.
Right? We got it?
Yep.
All of them, right?
Yep.
We are using 5 keys. No question. It's annuity problem. We're going to be using 5 keys. All right.
Yes.
Now, let me summarize this one. So how many NPER we have?
6.
6. If you
Yeah.
follow up the last question, we're going to do 6 times 1, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This means we always need to use the time to multiply by the compounding, right?
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you this one. This is what we did last time, but when we come over here, I'm not going to do that. Okay. Now I'm going to be typing only this equals to. So if you have this annuity problem, okay, annuity problem, work like this. And I'm going to tell you why. What is the rate?
13%.
13%. So don't divide, multiply. Don't do that. What is the present value?
Negative 5,000.
Guys, this is the annuity. He's investing, he's putting $5,000, not right now. You have to wait until the end of the year. So right now you have nothing.
That means 0, right?
Yes, you have nothing. What is the investment you're going to make at the end of each time period? This is annuity, okay? In annuity means I already put here a PMT. Annuity means PMTs, right?
Oh, okay.
So what is this guy's annual investment? It's a $5,000.
Negative 5,000, right?
Yes, negative, because he's investing, so we're going to put negative sign.
Okay.
At the end of the investment, does the problem say that he's going to receive something? No.
No. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So now, actually,
this means, hey, Professor, I have a question. Like, because he invests 5,000 at the end of each year for the next 6 years, and then when he visit that amount of the money is gonna be the payment, right?
Okay, so here. So I summarize this, and this. So you don't see any PMT, but the question is present value equals to what? The first question is that. What is our first question?
Present value, yeah.
So that means how much is his investment? He's putting 5,000, 5,000, 5,000 for the next 6 years. What does that mean right now? What is the value of those investments? That's the one question. The other question is, if he invests all of that, how much money he will have at the end of year 6? That's the future value. This is the second question.
Oh, okay.
So the first question, let's solve this one. So this is the summary for the first question. Okay. Now, is this easy to solve PV? What do I do now?
Just use the PV formula, right?
Okay. So can you guide me? What do I do now?
Equal. PV.
Okay.
And rate 13%. And 6. And negative 5,000. And then 0. And then 0.
Type, right?
Yes.
I close it. So if he invests $5,000 for the next 6 years, This is how much money he will have.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you do the thing where it shows you the formula?
Okay. All right. Let me do that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Right. So this is the answer. What?
Yep.
Answer for the first question, the present value.
Yep.
Let's do the second question. I'm going to copy everything here. The solution for the second question. Actually, we can do two different ways. We can use this number and then solve for the future value, or we can use the same problem, but we summarize differently. Okay. So in this case, the second problem, okay, future value.
Yep.
This one we did present value. So this time we are doing future value. So I'm gonna put present value equals to 0. You remember I put last time 0? And then I'm gonna do question mark, future value equals to what? Did you see? The same problem. Wouldn't have to change anything. Same problem. Future value equals to what? You're gonna be solving for future value. Can you tell me what do I do?
FV.
FV, don't forget equal.
Yeah. And 13.
Rate is, so you say rate, okay?
Yeah,
so that
rate
way,
is 13.
rate 13,
NERM 6.
6,
Payment 0. Oh, negative 5,000. Oh, sorry.
5,000, PMT.
And then person value 0.
0,
And type is 1.
Type
Oh,
is
0, 0, 0, 0.
0.
It's
Still
at
we
the
are
end,
the same. Okay.
Oh my God.
Right here. So this is the future value. Okay. This is the future value of the same investment. We are solving two different problems over here.
Hey, Professor, can I, because it has the two question here, and then if we find out the present value of the investment, can we use this, the present value that we found to solve the future value?
Sure. That's the smart way. I mean, you know, if you know that you are basically understanding the problem correctly. So once you know the present value, well, actually, let me show you.
Yeah.
So what you are asking is, you already know the present value, and can you just solve this problem using the present value? That's your question,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, yes. Can we use like the present value that we found for the last one to solve the future
Let me summarize.
value?
I'm going to do equal, and I'm going to put that number minus, and I'm going to put this number 0. Look, I got the same answer.
Oh.
You are actually understanding the problem back and forth. So once you know the present value, it's easy. You can just use that number and find the future value.
Oh.
Or we can just do this way. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, I got it.
You got it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Now, let me just make it. So this is the at the beginning. So this is the ordinary annuity. This is the type equals to 0 means this is ordinary annuity. Okay. Type 0 means ordinary annuity. We are solving ordinary annuity. All right. Before I go to the other type is just easy. Let me just copy this problem, and other type is all right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do question number 5.
Yep.
Okay. And then what I'm going to say over here is at the beginning of beginning of each time period for the next 6 years, right?
Yes.
So what do you do? What do you do now?
We need to change
What
type,
only
we
one
change
thing
the
you have to
one.
change?
Right? The type is we
Type,
change
right?
the type to the one.
So, oh, BEGINNING, yeah. So please forgive me. You know, sometimes I just make the typos here. Okay. So
Change the
now
type.
this problem becomes just, how do you find out this one? Just look this one. This is the bold I'm going to put, okay? And this becomes annuity due. Annuity due. This is now, there are two types of annuity. This become annuity due. Due means one.
Yes, one.
Due
Yeah.
means one. You're gonna get, so the present value is gonna be higher. The future value is gonna be higher because you're gonna start, you invest 5,000 from right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you're gonna have higher present value because you start right now. $5,000 you don't have to discount. So
Mm-hmm.
if you have annuity due problem, you're gonna put type equals to 1. That's the only one thing you're gonna be changing. If you forget, if you make a mistake, you put 0, you made the wrong solution.
It's ending, right? The ending is 0.
Yeah, you are doing actually other one. So make sure you understand the problem and summarize it correctly. Believe me, nobody teaches you this way, finance. I figure out my way because, you know, when I went to the MBA program, first time I was taking finance courses, then I was lost. I just kept reading the textbook. It doesn't even tell you anything. But it's, you know, the way I explain, this is what is the most important one. Find out these cash flows and decide which keys you are using. Okay, and the solution, it just comes so easy. And in this class, you know, our objective is also help you to learn Excel because Excel is used in the industry heavily. So you need to learn Excel. That's the reason, you know, I'm focusing Excel and financial knowledge.
Hey, Professor, could you please give us like the example about the uneven cash flow or perpetual?
Sure. I'm gonna do that. But before I move to that, I'm gonna ask you one problem. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna ask you one problem. The same annuity problem, okay?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter which one I do. Okay? It doesn't matter which one I do. I'm gonna just copy this one. And I'm gonna make a small change on that question. This is, I'm gonna call number 6.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 6. So what I'm doing over here is, I made like typo over here. And hope, you know, I don't care like typos, okay? I care about only the content, the knowledge I'm giving to you. All right, so in this question, I'm gonna make a small change, I told you earlier, and I'm gonna say it's compounding monthly, okay? All right, guys, what is happening over here? What change I made on this question?
The compounding.
Compounding. So this is gonna be
12.
12, right?
Yeah.
Well, this 6 is not becoming 12. Now look, when you are doing annuity problem, the reason in annuity problem, I just want to keep the year and the annual rate is because of this one. If I do this equals to this times 12, I'm gonna say in 72 months, I get $5,000. That's not true, right?
Yeah.
That's not true. Actually, my time is still limited to 6 years.
Mhm.
So I'm not gonna touch anything. So let me put a note. When solving annuity problem, so let me put a note. Okay. I'm gonna insert and put a note over here. Note. If you are, let me put right here, this one like this so that it doesn't go flow. If solving with non-compounding, always use the effective rate in your calculation. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I think I have some notes.
Okay, so this is the key. This is the most important new thing we are talking about right now. So when you are solving a problem with non-annual compounding, did you see? This is non-annual, right? Monthly is non-annual. Then always use an effective rate. Okay, so I'm gonna call that effective rate. So here I'm gonna call effective rate. So I'm gonna show you how to find out that.
Effective rate is nominal rate, right? And
No, that's after you consider the compounding. Effective rate is effect and nominal rate is given in the question. Okay, so the effective rate is EFF or EAR, whatever you want. If you look at my note, I have done a couple of problems with the formula. Okay, so in Excel, it's very easy to find out the effective rate. Okay, so in Excel, type the keyword EFFECT parenthesis, and now it tells you the rate. So what is the nominal rate?
13%.
13%. Did you see?
Yeah.
NPERY? What is the NPER? NPER is number of period, Y means year. How many period we have in the year, which means is how
12.
many compounding.
Oh.
So
in here is 12, right?
So we have 12, right?
Yeah.
So compounding equals to 12. So we use that one now. So it's actually not 13%. It's a little bit more than 13%. It's 13.8%. Actually, when you buy a house, when you buy a car, you go to the bank, or you go to your car dealer, they don't tell you the effective rate, but you're going to end up paying monthly payments, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means it's a 12 compound. So sometimes the problem doesn't tell you, it just depends on the context. So for example, if you are buying a house, you are paying monthly, that means it's compounding 12. It doesn't matter even the problem says you are not. Mostly it's going to be clear in the question, but in this case I made it clear, compounding monthly, but you have annuity problem. So if you are solving an annuity problem with non-annual compounding, always use effective rate as a rate. So here I'm going to use this effective rate. Okay.
Oh, yes.
What did I do? I'm going to use this effective rate. So let me copy this one here.
Yeah. Solving annuity problem.
Let me copy here. This one, actually, I'm going to put copy. Actually, I can use the same one, but I just want to put here too. All right. So effective rate. Again, can you tell me how do I do it? Equal
13 point.
No, I'm doing again.
That formula.
Yeah, EFF
EFFECT.
effect, and then you can double click and you get parenthesis, and your nominal rate,
13.
and then your, look, I'm just clicking on that compounding. I'll change later. If compounding is annual, that rate is actually 13, right?
Mhm.
But we have monthly payment, monthly compounding. So you see,
Yeah.
13.8% annual. That's the, if you do annual compounding. So here, use that rate equals to 13.8%. Okay, and make sure, you know, I'm changing the decimal, how many decimal we want to show. In Excel, it doesn't really matter because it's going to be automatically taken care of. So this is the way you're going to be solving these problems. If it's non-annual compounding, this is how you're going to be solving. Okay. If it's non-annual compounding, this is how you're going to be solving.
It means non-annuity compounding, we need to find the effective rate first.
Yes. So if it's annual compounding, just use simple, right? It's you don't even have to worry about multiplying. But if it is a annuity problem with non-annual compounding, then make sure you use the effective rate.
Oh, okay.
So if I change this problem compounding quarterly, what do you do?
Quarterly, 4. The compounding we need to change to 4,
So
right?
only thing you're going to be changing is compounding 4, right?
Yeah, and then use the effective rate is going to be the 13.65. Yeah.
Yes. Automatically it's adjusted, right? I automatically, because I already have the formula for that.
Yep.
Did you see how easy it is? Like, you know, once you know, I mean, you spend a little bit time and, you know, you watch my video. I have done everything like this, but I see very few people have watched those videos. I can see only 2-3 people go to the videos. Nobody watches the videos. I know that for sure because I can see the statistics, right? So, but I have done everything like this in the lecture video. I have long lecture video. I exactly do the same thing. You should be able to know it very, very clearly. Is this clear?
Yes.
Clear.
Okay. So you asked me earlier, you want me to do the last one, right?
Yeah, the perpetual and the
Perpetual is very easy. You know, perpetual is, I'll do perpetual. Okay, no worries. But let's do this uneven cash flow first, okay?
oh yeah, uneven cash flow. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do the uneven cash flow.
Yep.
So uneven cash flow means I'm going to copy this question and nothing else because I'm not going to be using 5 keys, okay? So here I'm going to be pasting and I'm going to call this one number 7. All right, invest $5,000 at the end of year 1. At the end of year 1, $6,000 in the following 2 years, $7,000. Let me put $, okay? $, comma, and $7,000 in what year? First, second, third, year 4. $8,000 in year 5. Okay.
Yeah.
$8,000 in year 5. if the interest rate is 13% compounding, what is the present value? What is the future value of the investment? This is my question. Okay. Can you see the question clearly?
Yep. Yep, it's clear.
All right. So can you see on this question, the question clearly says that this is like uneven cash flows. These cash flows are not same. This is kind of annuity, but the cash flows are different, right?
Yep.
So that means this is uneven example of uneven cash flows. This example. Okay. So if you have this example, what you're gonna be doing is you are using Excel or financial calculator, doesn't matter. You're gonna be using, like, you're gonna first make the cash flow worksheet. Okay, so this is what I call cash flow worksheet. I'm gonna call this one is time. Okay, I'm gonna call time, and I'm gonna call cash flows. Okay, cash flows. In finance, time 0 means what? I'm going to start with 0. 0 means present, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 1 means 1 time period from now. 2 means 2 time period from
It
now.
means the, oh.
Okay, so this means it's a year, time, year 1,
Yeah, the
year
year.
2. So,
And the 4, how about the 4 and?
Okay, so let me count here years. How many years? First year?
5 years.
4, 5, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go and stop in year 5. Did you see? And I'm gonna summarize the cash flows. So what is my first year cash flow?
5,000.
5,000.
Yeah.
What is my next year cash flow?
6,000.
So basically I can just add 1 more thousand, right?
Yep.
My second year cash flow is, oh, just let me type 6,000. 6,000.
Yeah, just 6,000. Yeah.
And the 6,000 is going to be for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And what is my year 4 cash flow?
8,000.
7,000.
7,000.
7,000. Good.
Yep.
What is my final cash flow?
8,000.
8,000.
Yep.
Okay, it doesn't matter. You want to format like a give this one. It doesn't really matter.
Do we need to change to the negative size because we output?
No, in this cash flow worksheet, don't go with the sign. Okay.
Okay.
Because what if, in real investment, what if this number comes negative 6,000?
I mean, because we pay that money, we pay the amount. Because we invest.
You are right. You are right. When you are using cash flow worksheet, it doesn't adjust that. When you are using this 5 keys, calculator in Excel automatically take present value as a negative number, right?
Oh, okay.
That's the reason we need to make that adjustment. Otherwise, let me show you over here. If you make mistake on the sign over here, let me show you over here one example. Okay, if you make a mistake here, you put positive. Let me put this one format differently. So if you don't follow the cash flow, those rules. Okay. Oh, let me put negative sign. All right. So this is fine. If I put positive number, look at this one. Did you see error?
Yeah.
When you are using these 5 keys, you have to make sure that you are actually following the cash inflow and outflow convention. Present value usually negative, and unless stated. So if it's stated, then in that situation only you can change the number. But present value and payments are usually negative for those three types of those lump sum and annuity problem. Over here,
It
even
means
though
the
it's an
lump
investment-
sum and the professor, is it the lump sum and annuity? Is it mean the lump sum and the
And annuity.
annuity problem? We always use the negative side, right?
Yes, for outflow.
For outflow. Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay.
And in an event and the perpetual,
Yes,
we don't have
on
to use
even it just follow what it says. If it doesn't say negative, just type whatever it says. Okay.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Okay. Now, this is the summary. Now let me put the rate. One more time. So don't worry about the year.
Mhm.
Year is APR, right?
Yeah.
Rate. What is the rate of return on this investment?
Rate is 13%.
13%. Still we put 13%.
Yeah.
13%. All right. So this is the summary of the problem. What is this one? This is the summary. I'm going to put in the box.
Yep.
Okay, I summarize this problem.
Mhm.
And all of you clearly understand this one, right?
Yeah.
This is what the problem says. And two more things. Present value equals to what? Future value.
Future value is
What? Actually,
Okay.
I need to include that too. So in this box, I'm gonna be, all right, let me remove that box and then put back. Okay, this is the summary of the question. This is the summary. All right.
Mhm.
Okay, we have two choices. We have two choices. The first choice is you want to find out the present value of each of these numbers here. Present value of 6,000, present value of 6,000, present value of 7,000, present value of 8,000, and put them together over here. Okay, you can find the present value of each of these numbers and put here. Find the present value of each of these numbers and add them together. Do you want to do that? That's a lengthy way.
Yes.
That's a difficult way. Okay, so we have, let me tell you again, we have choices. One, find PV of each and add them to find present value PV. Same thing, find the future value of each of them and add them to find the future value.
I mean, we can find that the future value first, and then they use that future value to find out the present value.
We can do that too. If you are doing, that's a manual, okay? This is, this is a manual way. Okay?
Okay.
Is there an easy way? Is there an easy way? I don't like to do that hard work, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have easier way. We can use, so let me introduce a concept of net present value. So sure, we do have, we call NPV. Okay, so NPV, that equals to present value minus cost. Okay, in this problem there is no cost, there is nothing cost, so that means present value equal minus 0. Okay, So basically, which means we can NPV to find present value. In this case, NPV and present value is the same thing, right?
Yes.
Therefore, present value that equals to NPV. Okay.
Yep.
And now you know the solution. So you can type equal NPV and parenthesis start.
13%.
So what is the rate?
13%.
13%. Check it out carefully. Okay. So what does it say in this formula over here?
Value one is cash flow, right? Cash flow.
Yeah. The cash flow 1, cash flow 2, cash flow
cash
3,
flow 3.
so and so forth. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm putting cash flow 1. Actually, I can put comma and select each of them.
Yeah.
Well, you can also do this one. Since this cash flow in cash flow worksheet,
Scroll.
select all the cash flows. Value
Yeah.
1 through value 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Close the parenthesis. And here you go. You find the present value. Did you see?
And then we need to minus the cost, right? We need to subtract the cost.
I mean, there is
right?
no cost. It doesn't say you. It
Yeah, it
doesn't
doesn't
say any other cost over here. It just shows the cash flows, right?
Oh yeah.
So when we finish this time value of money, I'm going to introduce a problem with the cost later on, project valuation. For right now, this is just the fourth type of cash flow. It's a uneven cash flow. There is no cost. There are only cash flows, investment, inflow or outflow. So, and all these numbers we use as positive number, and we solve for NPV, which is the present value. So we got the solution for this one.
Future
Okay.
value.
All right. How do we find future value? Let me
Just FV, right?
Okay, just give me a second. I'm gonna put the power on my computer. Please. All right, can you see me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, I just had to put the plug power.
Yep.
All right. So how do you find the present value, the future value now?
Just FV.
Well, let's try. There is no equal, let's see, equal NFV.
Oh, we have NFV.
We don't have it, right?
Yeah.
So what do I do? Smart thinking. You remember what you said earlier? If you know the present value, can you find out the future value?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me bring these 5 keys.
Oh, just put the present value out there, right? Just put that number.
Let me just
put the
bring the present
number
value.
back to the question, right?
Yeah. So once you know, so this is 2-step process. First, you need to know the present value, right? So you found the present value.
Yes.
So how many years we have in this question?
We have 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. Yeah.
So what is the rate?
Raised 13, I think.
13%,
I don't see
right?
that. I need to go back to the period.
So what is the compounding?
Compounding is 1. Yeah.
1. Okay. Compounding is 1.
Yep.
Now, let me remove this information.
Yep.
Let me remove this. All right. So what is our NPER? NPER
5.
What is our rate?
13
13 equals, I'm going to put the effective.
effective. Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yep.
What is our present value?
21,000 and
Make sure you put the negative.
900
Okay? Make sure you put the
Yeah.
negative.
negative, right? Yep.
Yes, because we are using different approach, 5 keys. Present value is negative in 5 keys.
Yep.
Okay, what is the payment? Payments are all of
Payment
those, but we
is-
already used.
Add them together, right? We need to add them together.
No,
No?
you already used them to find present value. Do you see? Did you see? We already use all of them. And we got the present value.
Oh,
So you cannot use them twice.
this means 0 is gonna be the 0.
Yeah, we have to use 0. So we have to use 0 in this case. All right, let me go back. I don't know.
This
how
means
I-
every condition we just need to use once, right?
That's
Allowed
right.
to use once,
You
right?
cannot repeat the same information twice, because if you do that, it's not gonna, you are doing double counting.
Oh, this means every condition we just allowed to use once, right?
Yes, you are allowed to use only once. So here
Oh, okay.
we're gonna use PMT equals to 0 because we already used them to find the present value, right?
Yep.
So now the future value equals to what? And we solve the future value equals
Just equal
FV,
FV,
and then the rate,
13%,
and
5,
then ER,
and
PMT,
PMT, PV.
present value,
Yep.
and type.
And 1.
Yeah, so here if the type is not even given at the end, we can put 0, right?
0, yeah, put 0, yeah.
0. I didn't put here, so let me
Oh,
put type.
that's a future value, right?
Yeah, type TYPE equals to 0, right? So here I
Yes.
can just select that type equals to 0.
Yep.
All right. So this is the future value. This is the present value. So yeah, that's very smart. I really appreciate. Okay, you understood the problem very, very clearly. You can use the information only once. You cannot use the same information twice.
Oh, okay. I just realized that point, you know. Yeah.
Okay. Again, the same thing. Usually, you don't see the annuity problem. I mean, uneven cash flow is gonna say at the beginning or at the end. Is usually the annuity. Uneven cash flow is gonna give only at the end. But in case it says you compounding quarterly, right? Compounding annually, you just use the effective rate. The same thing. Usually, you don't see that in this question. Usually it's a plain question, this one, like this. But in case, if it says compounding quarterly, you just need to use the effective rate.
Yeah.
All right, clear?
Can you say that again? What is the effective rate like?
Well, so this one doesn't really matter. Effective rate and rate is same because compounding is 1, right?
Uh-huh.
In case the problem, so this is the common type of problem, this uneven cash flow will come like this. In your real life, in case you find something, it says compounding quarterly. In case it says all you need to change is just
It's 4.
Quarterly is 4, and you use the effective rate. Did you see? You use the effective rate. Here you use the effective rate. So the rate is the effective rate.
If the quarter, we need to find out the effective rate, right?
Yes. So it's an effective rate. We're not using the rate, it's given here. But normally this is what you see, annual. Okay, normally you don't find in, because it's going to make extra complications. So because you already learned that concept in annuity problem, that's the reason I don't want to give that. So
Yeah.
pretty much I cover everything. So if you want to do perpetuity, I'll do one more problem.
Perpetual, yeah, one more perpetual, yeah.
Okay.
I have a quick question before we switch the problem. In the PV equals NPV equals the 21,917. Is that one positive because that's the answer? And then in the below question where it's the present value, is it in?
Yes, that's a good
negative,
question.
Is it negative because it's an
Okay,
outflow?
that's a good question. Look, when you are using the 5 keys, it's not because that number is negative. It's not because that number is negative and we are putting negative.
It's just an
because
outflow,
when
right?
you are using 5 keys, the built-in function is it considers those present value as a number. When you are using 5 keys, but when you are using cash flow worksheet, it doesn't consider that way. That's the reason this is the same answer. This number is same, but the different format. We put negative number to find the future value. Did I answer the question?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
in those 5 keys, it's a built-in function in Excel and financial calculator. Present value is always considered to be a outflow, negative number.
Yeah.
So that is the reason we put that number negative, unless it's given, it's stated that it's not a negative number.
Okay, cool. All right, that answers my question. Thank you.
Sure. All right. And this is my last, we are almost 2 hours. So, and
hey, Professor, can you share this slide for us when we, after classes, when we finish the classes, can you share this slide for us?
Yeah, I do that. Do you remember last week also I did? I mean, the previous class.
Yeah. Can you post on Canvas and we can?
Yeah, I do. I definitely, I have only few people. I'll actually 2 of you only there. So let's say E investment page $150 for forever. And the rate of is 10%. What is the present investment? This is the question. Okay. So what type of cash flow is this one?
Perpetual.
Perpetual. It doesn't have. It says forever, right? Which means it has a long time. There is no time limit.
It's
so
long term.
In this case, there are 2 ways. Okay, using formula. I think using formula is very easy. Using a formula, I'm going to use so PV. So I'm going to say PMT first. I'm going to summarize PMT, that equals to 150, and then the rate equals to 10%, and the formula is actually PV, that equals to PMT divided by rate, which equals, okay,
150,
which equals
150
you divide by 10. So the value of this investment, the present value of this investment is $1,500. This is the easiest way. This is the present perpetuity with no growth. This is the easiest way. Well, this is with no growth. If you have forever,
If not forever, like
forever,
150 years, something like that, or like 200 years, something like that.
which is expected to grow 2% annually, and the rate in similar investment is 10%. Look, this problem is perpetuity with no growth. What did I say? This problem is perpetuity with no growth. You remember I said there are two types of perpetuity. One is with growth, other one is no growth, okay?
Oh, this one is no
growth.
Right?
This one has actually constant growth. Okay,
Okay.
so what I'm gonna do is, so here what I'm gonna do is, this problem says it pays $150 for a year, okay? And it's gonna grow 2 years. So if you buy this investment, what is your present value? Well, so we need to find out now the growth. So this is the rate, and then also has the growth. So I'm gonna call this one is G, okay? Growth rate. Growth rate is how much? 2%. Okay, the same formula here. This is PMT1. That means the payment in the next period. That really doesn't matter because all the payments is going to be 150. But in this, so if you buy this investment, still you're going to receive $150 next period. But if you buy this investment, actually, we're going to be, so PMT1 and PMT, so this one is, let me put PMT1. This PMT1 and PMT2, PMT0 is the same because it's going to stay same forever, right? Yeah. But here in this case, we need to calculate PMT1. PMT1 equals to PMT times 1 plus growth. This growth rate is right here. Growth rate. Okay?
Yeah.
So that equals 150 times 1 plus the growth rate. Okay? So we're going to use that number. We're going to use that number for, so this is going to be PMT1. 1. The reason I didn't put for the no growth is because it really doesn't matter. Okay? Now this formula becomes R minus G. It doesn't look good to write R. So you know what is R, right? R is
yeah.
So R minus G.
It's 8%, right?
Yeah. So you can even put R minus is the same thing on the top one, but it's going to be 0, right? So over here, what do? R is 10 minus G is 2. Yeah. Did you see? So these are the answer. So this is with no growth. This is with growth. So the same formula. Okay. So the same formula here. R minus G. But in this case, this growth rate is what? This growth rate is 0.
Yeah.
So you can use the same formula. One with growth rate is 0, other one with growth rate equals to not 0. Did you see?
Yeah.
So did you understand how it works?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
You can use 5 keys. You can solve using the 5 keys. Do you want to see how? If you want to use 5 keys, this is how I'm going to use. Okay. I'm going to use N. So NPER, rate, PV, PMT, future value. Look, this is perpetual, right? So what I'm going to use is, I'm going to summarize in terms of 5 keys. I'm going to start with NPER. So usually financial calculator and Excel consider a big time is a long perpetual time. So I'm going to use 500. What is the rate? Rate is going to be 10%. What is the present value? We don't know. What is the payment? Payment is actually you're going to receive, so $150 positive. The problem doesn't say that you're going to receive something at the end, so I'm going to put future value equals to 0. So this is how you summarize this problem if you want to use 5 keys and solve for PV, rate, NPER, PMT, future value, and don't worry about type. Here is the answer. So this is the difference. If you are using the Excel function, you're going to use the negative number.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are using the negative Excel function, it's going to show you present value as a negative number. If you are using formula, no. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
For,
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
yeah,
guys.
could you please share the slide for us? Like post on Canvas?
Yes, you go to resources and activities in the modules we are doing right now, which is module 2. So I'm going to just post this one. Actually, I'll post this Excel file too.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you, Professor. I need to go to the work right now.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Thank you.
Oh, we have more people. So let's see. Do you guys have any question now?
No question right now. Yeah,
okay, good.
I have no question.
Maria?
Yeah, and the only question just like post the slide.
Sure.
The Excel,
I'll post the video and then also this Excel file.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. You have a great evening.
Yeah, you too. Have a good weekend.
Have a great day. You are in the daytime, right?
Yeah, I'm on the daytime. Yeah, it is 9 a.m. I need to go to the work.
All right. Enjoy your day.
Yeah. Good night, Professor. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.